Today, Governor Jared Polis plans to sign a bill that would create a universal free preschool program in Colorado. Lawmakers have been talking about this for a long time. The governor thinks the program will save families an average of $4,300 per year. He's scheduled to sign the bill around noon today.
This morning, we continue our coverage of the rising number of auto thefts in the Denver metro area. Colorado Metropolitan Auto Theft Task Force says nearly 37,000 vehicles were stolen last year, and we're on pace to surpass those numbers in 2022. 9 reporter John Glasgow has been following this issue for us. And John, not only is car theft a problem, but it's the catalytic converter theft that's rapidly increasing too.
Natasha, both are an expensive fix. A catalytic converter can cost thousands of dollars to repair. Most stolen vehicles, they need to be replaced. Sometimes they're found with drugs or paraphernalia inside. This property theft is causing all kinds of problems for the people in the Denver metro. In some cases, people have lost both their car and a catalytic converter only hours apart. Carlton Willie is a victim of both. He took the family car to Caliber Collision Auto Body Shop on Evans in Denver earlier this month. The rear bumper of the 2020 Kia Telluride had some minor damage to be repaired, so he left the vehicle there for about 2 weeks. The day he was supposed to pick it up, he got a call from Denver police. The officers told them his vehicle and 3 others had been stolen from Caliber Collision. He was given a rental car to drive until law enforcement could recover his Telluride. The next day, the catalytic converter was stolen from the rental car that was parked in front of his house. He's warning others to be more vigilant about where and who they leave their cars with.
Right? Ask them about their security measures. Do they have an alarm system? Do they have security cameras? Do they keep the keys separate from the cars at night and lock those cars?
Yeah, he says they didn't have a security system. Willie says that his home security camera didn't catch the thieves who stole his catalytic converter. Denver police say if you ever witness a catalytic converter theft, don't confront the thieves. They say that since March of 2019, there have been 135 cases of people stealing catalytic converters who are armed with weapons, Natasha.
Yeah, I mean, that is ridiculous. And John, what's the auto body shop saying about this? Are they liable at all?
In some cases they are. They're going to wait 30 days to see how and if the police can get the car back. The manager also told us that several other cars from Caliber Collision have been targeted as well, some of their other shops around Denver. The company issued a statement saying that they're working with their customers and police to provide as much information as possible to help in this situation. They also say that 60% of their business right now is repairing other stolen cars that have been recovered in different theft cases around the Denver metro. Caliber Collision says that one of the 4 vehicles stolen has been recovered. Unfortunately, it was not Carlton Willie's.
Oh, gosh, that's such a bummer. I mean, it's definitely on the rise. And I think with catalytic converters, there's some kind of precious metal on the inside. Is that why they keep getting stolen?
Yeah, it's the dust that's inside of those catalytic converters. What the thieves do is they steal the part. It's a very quick theft. They just cut off 2 parts on the auto body, on the part, they should say, and then they cut the part open. They take the dust out. That's what they sell. They make some money from it. There's a black market for it. Not sure who's paying for it, but that is definitely a big issue here in Denver.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. John, thanks for looking into that.
You're welcome.
Boy, pretty interesting for sure. Teachers at a set of Colorado charter schools are trying to become the first charter schools in the state to unionize. The New American School has campuses in Thornton, Aurora, and Lakewood. They actually started in an effort to form a union to fight for collective bargaining. Now, the teachers want a voice in making policy in their classrooms, but last week the charter schools board voted not to recognize a union.
But we're not going to stop fighting for a union and to unionize and to keep teachers in our schools that truly do love our students and just can't stand the way that it is structured from the top.
Yeah, the school board offered an alternative to unionization, suggesting the teachers form a committee with representatives from the different campuses. The teachers who want a union say that is a step down from what they're looking for.
The first Starbucks in Colorado voted to unionize on Friday. This week, on Thursday, 4 more locations, 2 in Denver and 2 in Colorado Springs, will start the voting process as well. The store that just unionized is down the street from the Rock Creek neighborhood in Superior. They closed for about a week after the Marshall fire. Workers say that strengthened their desire to unionize. In previous statements, Starbucks leadership said the company works better without unions, but respects their workers' rights to unionize.
New overnight, for the first time since the Russian invasion, 2 high-ranking officials of the Biden administration visit Ukraine.
Ukrainians are standing up, they're standing strong, and they're doing that with the support that we have coordinated from literally around the world.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin are the highest level U.S. officials to visit Ukraine since the war started. As NBC's Bree Jackson explains, they brought with them new promises of military and diplomatic support.
For the first time since Russia's invasion, cabinet-level officials set foot in Ukraine.
An important moment for Ukraine, for the war. An important moment to have face-to-face conversations in detail.
Their war zone trip comes at a critical time. Russia's attacks in eastern Ukraine have intensified, with evidence of more mass graves uncovered. President Zelensky urged the U.S. secretaries not to show up empty-handed.
We expect not just gifts or some cakes. We are expecting specific things and specific weapons.
A plea repeated during their meeting in Kyiv.
We are doing everything that we can to get them the types of support, the types of artillery and munitions that will be effective in this stage of the fight.
The administration also announcing President Biden's plan to nominate an ambassador to Ukraine and return U.S. diplomats to the capital city.
We're doing it deliberately. We're doing it carefully. We're doing it with the security of our personnel foremost in mind, but we're doing it.
The talks took place Sunday as Ukrainians and Russians observed Orthodox Easter. President Putin attending a service in Moscow. Many Ukrainians grieving the dead and not giving up hope.
We believe that they can win.
U.S. officials vowing ongoing financial and military aid for Ukraine. In Washington, Bree Jackson for NBC News.